in Bhutan, in the Himalayas. I was there a couple of years ago, and there's a famous monastery called Takstang Monastery, which means the Tiger's Nest Monastery. And Padmasambhava, the apostle of Buddhism to Bhutan, is supposed to have arrived there on this cliff face on the back of a tiger. This is a mythological way of describing what the impact was of Buddhism on Bhutanese society. Padmasambhava arrived on the back of a tiger. And this Tiger's Nest Monastery, which grew out of that first hermit cell, is there hanging 2,000 feet above this cliff. And you go up and you walk to the cliffs opposite and look at it. And you see, as you look closely through your binoculars, that there are these log ladders going down beneath it. And they go down and down, 100 feet, 200 feet. And at the bottom are these little monks' cells. And in these monks' cells, they wall monks and nuns up for 3 years, and 3 months, and 3 days. And probably 3 hours for all I know. But it's a tradition. They wall them up, and they pass in food, and pass the food out. Pass in buckets, pass out buckets, and they're in there meditating for 3 years. These people obviously have a lot of meditation behind them already. They don't throw people in there right away. But you go in there voluntary. But I was thinking as I saw them, I think they're just trying to get through that only of Mary Oliver's. Just 3 years and 3 months and 3 days to get through that only. Maybe you'd get through it. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. It sounds so simple. It's a tremendous discipline. It takes a whole lifetime. Follow your bodily intuitions of what your life could be. And somehow, in order to do that, you have to keep the child's body intact inside you. And yet you can't give away your experience at the same time. I mean, if you think about your own life, how many times do you set up the adult inside you against the child? That if the child's missing, the adult has to step aside so the child can come in. If the adult is missing, the child has to step aside. What's it like to have a life where they're both there at the same time? There's a marvelous poem by a woman called Nina Bogin. She lives in France. She's an American poet. She has a poem called Initiation, and she's thinking back to her youth when we can all remember those days of vital youth where the whole world was at our feet. I mean, some of us experienced that for long periods of time. Others, it just happened for a day or even an hour, when you were 16 or 17 or 18 or 21. Some of us perhaps didn't even get that, but we had an intuition of it, that it was possible. And here she's looking back at that, and she says, she's looking back at her youth growing up in, or at least visiting Provence, and the house, that's her first house she had to herself. And she says, at the crossroads, hens scratched circles into the white dust. The poet never leaves the details behind. Details are always important. At the crossroads, hens scratched circles into the white dust. There was a shop where I bought coffee and eggs, coarse-grained chocolate, almost too sweet to eat. When I walked up the road, the string sack heavy on my arm, I thought my legs could carry me anywhere, into any country, any life. The air, dazzling as sand, grew dense with light. Bougainvillea spilled over the salmon walls. The world could be those colors. The melon, the mango, the avocado evening releasing its circles of moon. I climbed the pink stairs and entered the house, as calm and ephemeral as my own certainty. I climbed the pink stairs and entered the house, as calm and ephemeral as my own certainty. This is my house, my key, my hand with its new lines. I am as old as I will ever be.